All right, so here we go. Weight loss journey. I made a video the other day, yesterday, and I said that was day one of eating healthy. Well, I lied. I did not eat healthy. Well, I ate healthy for half the day yesterday, but I concluded the night with donuts and junk food, preparing myself for really truly starting the diet today. Today is Monday, March 30th, 2026. Started out today 198 pounds. I did not weigh myself. I knew that's what I was at yesterday, so I'm just going to assume that's what I was at today. I'll weigh myself tomorrow. 198 pounds. Went to the gym when I got up, lifted for about 45 or roughly 40 minutes, so I got my exercise in. And that's the most important thing, is to try to make that gym a 3 times a week morning routine. And then the days when I'm not lifting, which would be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, Sunday, my goal is to run at least 2 to 3 times a week and have one off day, which most likely would be either Saturday or Sunday. So last week I did that, and this week I'm going to repeat that same pattern. That's the overall goal. But the big thing that I'm trying to focus on in terms of diet is to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Like I said, I'm 198 pounds. I had to eat 198 grams of protein today, which I don't think I've eaten that much protein in a very, very long time, intentionally at least. And that was a rough day. That was an uncomfortable, God, my nose is just so bad. That was an uncomfortable day of digestion, let's to say the least. But we got it done, and I'm actually pretty happy with myself that I did that. So overall, got the exercise done. We got the protein goal done. We need to weigh ourselves tomorrow to kind of get a better idea where we're at. I'm not going to show pictures on this thing because I'm not ready to be roasted on the internet for how I look. But maybe I'll do some pictures just with some clothes on. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to track it that way, but I'm going to track at least weight. I'm going to track diet. I'm going to track exercise. But in terms of what I ate, I didn't have breakfast. I had coffee after the gym. And then also after the gym, I had 2 hard-boiled eggs, and I had a protein drink, an Oikos, whatever protein drink with 30 grams of protein. Then for lunch, I had half of a jumbo avocado, so I guess a quarter of one of those avocados. It wasn't a half, it was a half of a quarter of one of those big avocados. I had 12 ounces of beef for lunch, which was a shit ton. And then for dinner, I had keto pizza. Not the most protein in that, but I'm trying to eat relatively low carb, high fat anyway, just because I feel better when I do that. So we had keto pizza for dinner, and then I topped it all off with 50 grams of protein from a protein shake with milk. That was heady. So there we go. Day 2 tomorrow.